Pretty good.
Looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, any video game stuff.
Lots of video game stuff? I knew you had to be from Craigslist because we didn't get our signs up.
Yeah. So you guys said early birds maybe go
yeah,
so I was like, oh,
totally. And there's another box of which one, the Xbox 360 or the...
Oh, both. I collect pretty much a lot of stuff.
I think Chris wants to sell all of them together, dude. He's just looking and seeing what it is. I know, I just can't do that.
Everything underneath that table now. All this stuff that's mine right here.
Alright. Hey YouTube, I'm here to show my video game finds for the second week of June 2015. Pretty stellar week. No video last week, I actually went out of town. I did go garage selling where I was out of town. Definitely a different experience. The garage sales were earlier, the prices were way better, and the finds were pretty good because it seemed like that no one in that area were picking up video games. Because I was there, I'd show up to like garage sales like 30 minutes, an hour late, and I'd still find video games just sitting out there in the open. I'll show you a few highlights of that pickups from last week, but overall a lot of stuff this week, so try to get right into it. Thrifting wise, quite a few games, quite a few sealed games as well, but not the greatest of titles. Most stuff either $3 or $4 at the thrift store. I think mostly $4. So Simpsons Road Rage for the Xbox. I think the Hit and Run is more expensive. This one $4. Fusion Frenzy, this is sealed. Same here, Dance 2. And then Virtual Fighter 5, PS3. This one also sealed. Power Drone, but not worth that much. And then Just Dance 2. I think also $4. It's also sealed. And then a few cartridge games. Cars 2. Call of Duty World at War. Nickelodeon Dora's Cooking Club. All $4. This one's sealed. Let's Ride for 3DS. And a few other games, a few PSP games, Metal Gear Acid, all at Savers or Goodwill, Killzone Liberation, Fight Night Round 3, Tron Evolution, Burnout Paradise, and the last two games are sealed as well. Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2 for the Wii, and Sims Animals Africa. So either, I think half of it was from Savers, half of it was from Goodwill. I think most of the sealed games actually came from Goodwill. And then no consoles this week at the thrift stores. Actually, one console. Sorry, trying to think about it. One DS, white DS, paid. What do you think? I think it was originally marked $70. You're probably thinking I'm crazy, but I think I waited until it turned half off. So the DS, even 35 is really high, but it came with a bunch of games, all cartridge only. You're not going to be able to see these, but let me see, 2, 4, 6, 9 games in all. It was in a DS pouch. I'll just read them out. Sims 2 Castaway, Sims 2, Nintendo Dogs, Hamster Pets, Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix, a lot of Sims games, Sims 2 Pets, Brain Age 2, Pirates of the Caribbean, and then Zoo Tycoon for the DS. So for 35, I say an alright deal. 70, I don't know what they were thinking when they priced this. I think they think the DS, this original DS, is the same as the new 3DS. So I think that's how they're pricing it. It's kind of odd. So overall, gross bill wise, a lot of games. You saw the Xbox 360 lot. They also had a PS2 lot, and I bought that as well. Pricing was way different, but I'll get into that later. On Friday, I picked up one console, PS1, for $10. It came with one game, Street Fighter Alpha 3. That's pretty much the reason why I bought it. Came with the original power cord and controller, so not a bad deal for $10. And then on Saturday, overall pretty stellar. Ton of this stuff I actually got before 7 o'clock. I'll try to go in order when I got everything. Now that I think of it, I think which order it was. I think the first pickup was a PS2. Kind of odd that this week I got a ton of PS2s, even though last 2 weeks I thought the PS2s, the Wii's were replacing the PS2s, but it seems like they're not. So this is $20. But it came with one Game Boy game, Pokemon Crystal version, so not a bad pickup for $20. And also came with the Xbox 360 wireless remote, so not a bad deal. And then soon after that, I'm thinking there was a posting for N64. I should have way early to get this one. I got there at 6:30. He was just getting ready. I just asked, do you have the N64? So came with the expansion pack. I think you originally wanted $50. Came with one blue remote and a few games. Obviously the games are definitely not that many games, but still some good quality games. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, GoldenEye 007, Perfect Dark, and then Super Mario 64. And Zelda, Ocarina of Time. So not a nice pretty nice pickup for, I think I paid $45. I asked if you take 40, but we just split the difference at $45. And then right after that was the Xbox 360 lot. I think it's supposed to be 7 o'clock garage sale. I got there at 6:40. But they said early birds welcome, so I just showed up really, really early, I guess. First, she had the Xbox 360 tub, so I'll show you that. Just the Xbox. I don't know if it's a 250 or not. I haven't checked it out. Came with 4 controllers or 3 controllers, the Kinect, and a stack of games. Originally wanted 200. I said 160. They said 180. I said, sure, why not? And I remember in their Craigslist posting, they said they had some PS games. I asked where those were. And they had a PS2. This is a PS2. It's in this bag. And a huge lot of PS2 and PS1 games. And they only want $50 for everything for that one. So I grabbed both of them, so I paid $230 for everything here. They won't split it up. I asked just the games alone, but they said no. So we'll get through it. It's quite a few. I think 40 or 50 games in total. So not a bad lot for how much I paid here. Tetris Evolution for the Xbox 360. The Orange Box. Call of Duty Black Ops. Ace Combat. Halo 3. This guy seemed to buy a lot of the same games. I mean, if it was one of my same games, like he really liked this one, like Devil May Cry. He would have all Devil May Cries. So Mass Effect, Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 2, Fallout 3. I really just wanted the Xbox games, the original ones, because those were definitely the better pickups. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Halo, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, and Black. So these are probably the games that you didn't see in the footage. I shut off the camera after the Xbox 360 lot because we talked for a little bit. So the mixture of PS2 and the Xbox games were actually in the same bin. Destroy All Humans 2, Halo 2, Jak 2, Jak 3, Kingdom Hearts 2, and then a few PS2 games, like 20 or 30 PS2 games, Metal Gear Solid 2, Robotech Battlecry, Jak and Daxter, Star Wars Battlefront. I noticed this one and the second one, the price has slowly gone up in price just because the new Battlefront game's coming out. A few Ace Combat games, 0, 4, and 5, Metal Gear Solid 3, Xenosaga, Dark Alliance 2. Oh, he's a nice pickup. Another Xbox game, Steel Battalion. Actually, a long time ago I picked up the controller. The controller is massive. It is a massive controller. You use your legs, you use your feet. And if you ever pick one of those up, it's actually a pretty expensive item. Really large item for that game. Star Wars Battlefront 2, Ratchet and Clank, another Ratchet and Clank going commando, Final Fantasy X2, Final Fantasy X, Splashdown. And then there's a few Devil May Cry's, Devil May Cry 2, Zone of the Enders, Gran Turismo 4, Devil May Cry 3, another Steel Battalion. I think this is the one that actually came in the controller box if you bought the controller. Dark Alliance, Baldur's Gate, Time Crisis 2, and then a few PS1 games, just go to show you just one for now. Gran Turismo. These games I'm going to trade into my local video game store. Gran Turismo 3, I think this one is empty, Skyrim. Star Wars The Clone Wars, Tetris World, Metal Gear Solid for the Xbox, Devil May Cry, and Gears of War. All of these, not very expensive, so I'm just going to trade them in. And then, like I said, there were a few PS1 games. I think these were probably the best games out of the whole lot here. Metal Gear Solid Vision, Xenogears, Chrono Cross, Test Drive 4, Blastmaster, Siphon Filter, Final Fantasy 7, Colony Wars, Tiny Tank, and Final Fantasy 8. So those were all the PS1 games, and then you probably saw in the video he had a few collector's edition games. They're all just, I guess, well-known titles. Mass Effect 3 collector's edition for the Xbox 360, and Mass Effect 2. And then finally, the Halo Reach limited edition Xbox 360. So that was everything. $230. Not a bad deal, I would say. I was really excited about the PS1 games. So like I said, that was all before 7 o'clock, so pretty stellar day. So I was pretty happy overall with how the day was going. And then after that, there was a church rummage sale. I went there last year. I picked up a ton of Wii games, but this time they only have one item that was video game related. Sealed Platinum GameCube controller, so not a bad deal. I paid $5. And then after that, I was posting for some Game Boy stuff, and they had two PS2 games. I picked it for $1 a piece: Frequency and Need for Speed Underground. And then he had a bag of probably saw spy footage, or I had spy footage for it. So there was Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color. He seemed to like the see-through. And then a stack of games that was inside. Games were NFL Football, Pokemon Red, Special Pikachu Edition Pokemon, Silver Pokemon. Try not to mix them up because this one, I think the battery is dead. And then, I don't think it's definitely not US, 2-in-1 Pokemon game. I think that was everything. The Game Boy Advance stuff and the Game Boy Color, you wanted $40 for everything, so it's not a bad deal with all the Pokemon games. Seems like recently I've been picking up a lot of Pokemon games, even though I don't usually see them that often. I think that was before 8 o'clock, so not a bad pickup. It's right after the church rummer sale, so not a bad deal. And then a few random pickups after that. Final Fantasy 11 for $1, PS2. I think this is not very useful because it's the online version. And I picked up another handheld console, another Game Boy Advance. This one came with a few games. It was only $10. Games were Special Forces, Super Mario World 2, Mario Pinball Land, Pokemon Leaf Green, and Mario Tennis Power Tour for $10. Very, very good deal. So I think maybe everything on Saturday. One other item, $20. Just another PS2. It's pretty late in the day actually. I think it was after 9 o'clock. So I think that is everything on Saturday. Overall, pretty stellar week. That one lot. I think the family was moving and we just wanted to get rid of all their stuff. So like I said, the week before I went garage selling, totally different. I was in North Carolina. The pricing was way less. I mean, the same Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color lot I picked up for like half that over there. I only actually garage sale for an hour. I'll show you one very nice highlight. I paid $15 for this lot. This is only part of the lot. A stack of 3DO games, 2 3DO controllers. This was at, from what I could tell, they were saying that they do storage units, so they didn't really know what they had. So I paid $15 for everything here. Also came with a Sega Saturn controller, a few Genesis games, just Sonic, Sonic 2, a few sports titles, I think 4 of them. So for 3DO games, Rise of the Robots, Myst, Alone in the Dark 2, Crash and Burn, another copy of Myst. Some of these discs are pretty messed up, so I think that's why there's 2 copies there. Sample this, Gex, and then a few long box, Road Rash, and Hell. I think that was it. I think there's a few loose disc ones. I have the disc somewhere for FIFA International Soccer. So those were the games. And then there was one console, all of this $15. I picked up a Sega Nomad. Still waiting for the power adapter. I had to order it on eBay. Still a really, really nice deal. Everything here for $15. I also got like a bunch of AV cables and DS chargers, power chargers, wall chargers. So like I said, pricing there was so much different. Garage selling over there, you didn't have to wake up that early. Could be late to a garage sale, still have video game stuff. So definitely when I see other people's video and they're like, I picked up all this stuff for super cheap, I see it's just a different area. So I think that is everything I'm going to show you this week. Pretty stellar week. Pretty happy with what I got. Also with that Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color lot, I know this is very uncommon. The Game Shark for this console, very uncommon. So let me just check one more time. So that is everything for this week. No Wii's this week, just a bunch of PS2s. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. See ya.